welcome to another Vlogmas video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. How are you all bloody well doing during Vlogmas? It's going all right, isn't it? I took a day off because it was my wedding anniversary. That was lovely, by the way. There's more of that coming in the vlog this weekend. And yeah, it's going okay. However, I am now not in a position where I've got pre-ready videos. So like there was a lot of the time when videos were coming up at 6:30 in the morning. Absolutely beautiful. A lot of you get to watch them with your morning coffees and stuff. But we are now working on the back foot, let's say. And I've no annual leave between now and Christmas. So I think we're going to be doing it that way. But yeah, it's still going fine. I'm still enjoying myself. A bit of a sleepless night. One night thinking about Vlogmas. But guys, we're still having a lovely time. So here we go. Today's video is a book haul. It's my December book haul. It's 6 books, so it's not all that big a book haul. But some of them will be going on my TBR for this month. 3 of them you may well have already seen. You may well have already seen because the wonderful Philippa from Quick Book Reviews sent them to me to say thank you for being on her podcast, and I've already included those in the vlog that went up maybe week 1. I think it was week 1. But yeah, let's get started with one that I bought myself. So in Waterstones, they had a wonderful deal with buy one paperback, get one half price. And I bought a whole host of paperbacks in there for Christmas presents. I can't show you those because the people who might be, and also I need to get them wrapped. But a book that I'd seen doing the sort of rounds, and I guess can be included as a Christmas book. There was certainly some Christmassy words in the blurb, is Claire Keegan's Antarctica. So this is a collection of short stories from Claire Keegan, who wrote, what was the one that I absolutely loved? Small Things Like These. She also had another book, so like quite shorter books that come out. One that came out this year called So Late in the Day, which I had out on audiobook. It was 50 minutes and I still didn't even get around to listening to it. But I'm very, very keen to read Foster, which is another novel of hers. But yeah, this is a collection of short stories, and it says here, a secret one-night tryst in the city. How'd you say that word? T-R-Y-S-T, tryst? A sister's revenge, a Christmas and a New Year's Eve dance, a missing girl. In Antarctica, an astonishing sequence of stories. One of our most gifted writers illuminates the truth of human longing and fallibility. So I am going to add that to my TBR for this month. But if I don't get around to reading it, then I think I'll probably pick it up in January. Love that front cover with that kitty cat on there. But yeah, they had some absolute corkers in the buy one get one half price Waterstones. So yeah, everybody I've bought a paperback for, in particular my dad, if he doesn't read the paperback I've got him, I'm gonna, well, I mean, I'll tell you this, it's babble. If he doesn't read it, I'm gonna be fuming with him. Then I picked up 2 books from the library. One is a Christmas book, and that'll be going straight on the old TBR. That's The Christmas Swap. Some Love Stories Can't Be Faked. This is the only time of year I tend to read women's contemporary fiction or romance. And in some ways I enjoy reading them because they're sort of easier reads for me. I can sort of just pick it up and put it down and not really think about like what's going on. Like it's easy to get back into the story or whatever. But I've just DNF'd one today. I was listening to the audiobook of Christmas or Midnight at the Christmas Bookshop by, can't think of her name. Cannot think of her name. It's a big purple cover. It's been very, very popular this year. I think it's new out this year. But there was just so much miscommunication between the protagonist and her love interest. I was like, I literally can't put myself through it. I was feeling stressed out reading it. Also, I read her other book, Christmas at the Christmas Bookshop or something, the year before last or last year, and there was some fat phobia in there, and there was a little bit sneaking into it this time. But yeah, the main thing was that I just couldn't cope with the levels of them not talking to each other and just not getting, and like them having fallings out and them completely misunderstanding each other. I thought, just have a chat, guys. So I've actually given up on that. And then another one I read was just very sort of like lol about a Instagram, you're getting the old wrap up here, an Instagram show that had come to a castle in Ireland and stuff like that, and it was fine. So yeah, so will I get round to this? I don't know. I'm currently reading The Last in the Cazalet Chronicles and actually having a lovely time. Oh, Dappy, you're so beautiful. But yeah, this is the Christmas swap. It says, it's the perfect Christmas love story. I will be the judge of that. Margot Murray is newly single, high-flying businesswoman with no interest in a cutesy seasonal romance. Ben Gibson is an unlucky in love sweetheart in need of a woman to bring home for the holidays. Together they make a pact. Margot gets one blissful week away from London in a picture-perfect manner in exchange for posing as Ben's girlfriend. The story can only go one way. Margot is sure to fall in love for real, and she does, with Ben's sister, Ellie. What could possibly go wrong? I will say, I'm very much into this woman's outfit. I love the little hearts on the jeans and the little earmuff, so maybe. But that's going on the TBR for this month. We'll see if we get round to it. Another one I picked up from the library is Unruly by David Mitchell. This is a history of England's kings and queens. I picked this up. I saw it there. I couldn't believe that it was there because I've got a reservation on the audiobook of this, and it's like not going to come in until the end of January. I was considering getting this for David's dad and my dad for Christmas. They both got my dad's always telling me how much of a royalist he is. And I thought, David Mitchell, you know, that actual David Mitchell, there's not a picture of him, but the comedian David Mitchell, not the writer David Mitchell, has written this, frankly, I've heard wonderful things, like hilarious and very thorough, looks very thorough, history of, get away from that candle, Dappy. She's a bit frightened of candles, but intrigued by them. Yeah, I know. She's like back on her back legs having a good look. It will frighten you. It will burn you. Go back. She can't take her eyes off it. Go back, you silly girl. She's very low to the ground. I will show you her having a look at it. Don't get too close, Dappy. That's right, it is scary. Get all the way around. All the way around. All the way around. Come on, I'm going to put you down. Come here. Oh, you're so heavy. You're such a big dense girl. She really is such a big dense girl. I think, because our last cat, Minnie, was, oh, by the way, a few people have mentioned what's happened to Minnie and Who is Daphne. If you haven't watched for a long time, Minnie died this year. She died in June. We had her put down because she'd been poorly for a while. And we got Dappy in October. She's back up on the fucking table. She's a British Below. She's a lovely girl, but she's very different to Minnie. She's very young and wants to play with us all the time. And she doesn't hit us all the time. Used to. But yeah, so yes, I picked up Unruly thinking, oh, I'll have a little flick through this, and then if I do want to get it for my father and my father-in-law, then that'll be a good thing. But actually, we've ended up buying the mother book, so I will get round to this, whether or not, I mean, it's not going to be this month reading this, but I have it on reservation at the library for audio, so that's probably how I'm going to go. But present for the dads in your life, present for the royalists in your life. And then, as I said, the last three are books that Philippa sent me to say thank you for going on to the Quick Book Reviews podcast. She's back again. Stay away from that candle. It is not for you. I remember once when I was younger, my mum and dad's cat, Pickles, sniffed a candle and he went and put his little nose in his water bowl. So God knows how he knew that he had to get that cold. Just leave it. But yeah, the three books here, so you may well have seen these. The first one is The Queen of Bloody Everything by Joanna Nadin. Have you ever wished for a different mother? Daphne's going to wish for a different mother now because I'm getting to put it down. No, 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 no. Look, come over here and show everybody how cute you can be. No, you don't like that. Okay. Just stay away from it. So, here we go. It says here, as Edie Jones lies in bed on the 14th floor of the Cambridge Hospital, her adult daughter Dido tells their story, starting with the day that changed everything. The day when Dido, aged exactly 6 years and 7 days old, met the next door neighbours and fell in love. Because the Trevelyan's were exactly the kind of family Dido dreamed of. Normal. So there we go, there's that. January read. This one is definitely a January read. I'm very, very excited about this. So if you may well have seen or heard in the podcast when I was talking to Philippa that I'm very excited to read a new series in the new year. And I've had Barchester Towers, I think, which is the second in the Anthony Trollope series, on my shelf for years. David's mum bought it for me for Christmas one year. And I kept saying I wanted to get to the first series. Well, Philippa loves that series. And we were talking about The Warden, which is the first book in that series. during the podcast, and then she very kindly had already got me this and sent me this. So yeah, so this is going to be a new series that I get into in 2024. Very, very excited for it. I'm rushing because my battery light's going. And then I've got Mortification, which are writers' stories of their public shame. And there's all sorts of stories, all sorts of authors in here, from Margaret Atwood to Edna O'Brien to Irvine Welsh. Sounds really great. Love a sort of like collection of great essays together. So there we go. I'm going to quickly pose for my thumbnail because I'm going to lose you any minute. So see you all again tomorrow for another Vlogmas video. See you then. Bye, bye, bye. Quick, can she get the thumbnail in on time? Can she? Can she? She can.